You son of... I'm getting really angry because there's a blue bottle, like a Messerschmitt 109 going around my office. Really annoying. Probably come out on the camera here. I aim to get him. I've got to let him settle, got to calm down, bide my time. You guys are going to have to bide your time as well, because this is, wait for it, a non-fishing one. Last week's episode I said to you guys, would you be interested in seeing individual, standalone, non-fishing, olden time stuff? Predominantly, yes, loads of you, which is a good thing, because I've got an awful lot of old stuff stockpiled. That's been my latest craze, aside from fishing, has been going to all the different shows in the last year, stockpiling stuff. And listen, what a good job I did, because I'm hearing things, I'm not quite what they're saying. Seeing years ago, there was a huge big, I think it was in Wiltshire, Dorset, show, that's been scrapped. There's another place at the museum, looks like they're in trouble as well. So once this whole stuff's gone, if I don't record it, it's gone. So people, sit back, relax, and hopefully pass half an hour of your time. Those who get stressed because it's non-fishing, off button. Everybody else who enjoys it, sit back, and I hopefully will have some more for you as well. Got to find my way through the smoke, people. So you say some could burn straw?
Yeah, so basically most engines in the UK would have, on normal road use would have used coal. Okay, you'd light on wood and then you turn over to coal.
Yeah.
In preservation type use, like on a small event like this, and because you're trying to save your coal,
yes, yeah,
any decent coal that is, you will often burn a certain amount of ideally hardwood, but realistically waste wood, and mix with it. Okay. If you're going on the road, you really do, or working it properly, you really do need coal.
Yeah.
Now, some engines that were built mainly for export were actually built with bigger fireboxes, which is the burning area, and different heating areas, so they could actually burn wood only. Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So, example ones might be portable engines used in the sawmill. So they would actually then use the waste from the sawmill in the engine to power it.
Yeah.
And even that done now. Now, in some places, like South America, for instance, they actually built specific engines that could then burn straw and waste material like that with a much bigger firebox assembly.
Yes.
And because of the amount, how quickly that burned, they would also have a squawker type system built into them to auto feed it in.
Oh really? Yeah. My next question was, well, if it burns fast, surely they're just feeding all the time?
Yeah, so we're doing our feeding all the time. Yeah. So all that sort of thing. So burning what was around, basically. Yeah. Because obviously you haven't always got coal everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And if you're in the middle of nowhere, you might not have it. So yeah, so you can get away with it.
Now they're going to do
we're going to do a little drive round.
We're going to do a drive round. Now I was just going to ask. I see that's about 75, 80, whatever that is.
Okay. So
I looked at one of the others and he was about 100. Is that just the way it's left?
Yeah.
Constant.
Yeah. So basically.
Yeah, sure. I'm stopping you here. I just noticed that gauge. I thought, oh, it's similar to the guy up there. He's on just, I don't know, 100, just under 100.
Okay, yeah. So what you've basically got, single cylinder engines, which is what this is. So ones that have only got one piston basically, will typically run somewhere in the 125, 140 area at maximum boiler pressure. Now you can typically run it and move it around small dip areas, anywhere from sort of 75 and upwards. Yeah. You ideally, on a tight space like this, you don't want the pressure too high because you're not using it. You're just basically going to be driving it for a short period, stopping, and
still got
it's
that
going to
pressure.
build up. So the fire's going to be building up. So you're trying to keep it down. So ideally, sitting around like now, you want them sitting around 70 on a single 75, 100.
Do you have like a damper to trim the fire down?
There's a damper, yeah. So at the moment the damper's down.
Yeah, to shut it, to keep the fire down as well.
And as soon as if we start moving, we'll probably lift it up a bit. But going literally just around the route here, you can near enough do it on a board. You don't need a big fire.
You have enough, yeah.
You have enough, yeah.
And what distance would they do on the road? You know, they're slow, but
okay. Well, a roller typically would only be going between jobs, but they could be doing many miles between jobs. Most rollers will do about 4 miles an hour on the road, but of course they're not built for actually moving really. They're meant for rolling, so they're all biased towards slow speed. Yeah, for actually working use. Now a traction engine like the ones you got here, could be the same. It's going between farms, but could also be up to some of the light tractors that use for haulage, 10-15 mile an hour.
Would you call this one a traction engine?
No, this is actually a road roller.
It is so these wheels are that road roller.
This is the whole purpose of this particular vehicle.
So the flywheel, they don't run anything off like that. There's belts on it. That's purely.
You could do. For
Oh, you could use it as a working.
So an example, it would be up the top there. You've got a. About to get ready in a minute.
Yeah, so Remus is going to lead, so I think we put both the rollers at the front.
Okay, yeah. Now Julie's going to have to cut down the side.
Yeah,
you can't go over the top of the side there.
That's fine.
So they're starting with the one right at the end?
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll get Remus to pull a bit round the corner.
Ron, I'll get Paul on here. Do you want me to go and stand on the road?
I've got someone up on the road.
Fine, okay.
Yeah. So I'll get him to come up round the corner a bit. If you put up behind him, then that leaves room for Julie to come out second.
Yeah, Julie will go around the back.
Yeah. Like leave Julie to go out third, then followed by Gerald. Then
Gerald needs to move before Julie can get out.
right, okay.
So Julie's got to go up on the grass.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
There's 5,000 quid's worth of plumb on the top there. No,
So-
I'll go without that rubber.
So if he goes round the corner, then you go, then Gerald goes, then
Worm screw, guys. Worm gear.
yeah. Fine.
And do you want? So we're obviously coming back here quite early.
Yeah.
And you just want to steam around.
Yeah.
Silly me. There's obviously a roller grey because there's a great big steel roller on the front, and they match the back. Well, I better get out there, guys. Don't miss it. This one's going as well now. Look. They all seem to run so smooth, these engines, you know.
Oh yeah.
They're really quite. You think of the amount of steel that's rubbing against each other, it's all running so smooth, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What a job, eh? It's only 29 degrees today.
That's what you want to be doing, isn't it?
And you're shoveling coal into a fire in a confined area.
That's it.
Lovely brass on this, haven't they? You've got good brass. You must have another job, it's not just cleaning brass, isn't it? Is this one take 7 tons in the back?
5.
It takes 5 tons. So.
5 tons.
And what is it, 7 tons overall?
Yeah.
I got you, yeah. I saw the leaf springs curve way up, so I knew it took a lot of weight in the back. So I've come around here purely because I'm in the shade and there's a bit more shelter from the bit of a breeze that's come up here. So they're going to do a parade pass here of all these different steam engines, and he said some miniatures as well. So I've got to hang on. Very interesting, that gentleman. I'd like to thank him anyway. I already have done for the information he gave us. So it's quite interesting. A lot of these people, they've got little volunteers labels on there. So grateful to have these trees here as well. I keep missing the trains. I'm missing the train all the time. Just getting fired up again. But they've got this parade going to come through here shortly. Quite cool looking at all that smoke look, coming up there through the trees. It's really nice. And as you breathe in it, but I'm going to come here because I get the background of these old buildings. And I asked the guy and he said, yeah, I can go in here just to watch them come past. Oh, I can stand on that. That's the thing to stand on. We've got the event photographer here, guys. So I'm in the press compound here, aren't I? Whole position for photography. I'm not too worried about the gate because it's going to flatten that unless it's just waiting. And they're off. They've opened the gate, folks. Woodchocks at the back. Man over there filming. Dying of sulphur poisoning. The ground is absolutely shaking. This is the prettiest one. It's a coal lorry, obviously, guys. It's actually used LED light windows. Got the old lanterns there. Can't imagine the gentleman's built this from the basics. I don't know what they put, there's so much weight here, I wonder what the axle will be on. What would they have made the axle wood of? What would they have made that of?
Ash
Oak or something?
Elm.
Ash, they still use ash.
Or elm.
Or elm.
Yeah, it could be. I think the naves or part of the wheels were elm.
Would oak, although it's strong, be too heavy for it at the end of the day?
I would have thought so, especially with all that carb.
Yeah, that would be too hard to carve, because ash is the best wood for it.
I wouldn't know, but
Yeah.
they might have even used pine or something like that for carving. That estate you were on about is Zebron Copse.
That's it, you got it, you
Yeah,
got it, that's it, Zebron Copse, yeah.
Quite near there.
That's where my mum used to pick, because she got bombed out. My grandfather, they were in South London, Camberwell, got bombed out, they relocated down there as kids, and then they went hot picking. She always told me that, yeah.
Yeah, I lived near the burn.
That's it, yes, that's similar area. That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy building now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolute madness.
Yeah, Quetta Park was where the Gurkhas were.
That's it, they were, yeah. It's all turned into Milton Keynes has come to the country.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I got a place there when I worked at Pystock.
Oh, Pystock, yeah, we used to know it as NGTE years ago.
That's right, yeah, well, all the houses on my little section were for the people that come down from Leicester.
I was always told as a kid there was a submarine testing facility under the ground there. Never heard of that one?
No.
Little secret squirrel.
Tests. They had cells under the ground for laying the engine in and running the engine underground.
Jet engine, that was because of Frank Whittle, I guess, the testing,
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, I used to live in Fleet, so used to do the air show. Remember the
Oh,
old
yeah.
P1B Lightning fighters and everything? Kids
Yeah.
standing on Fleet Bridge watching it, you know. That's a giant traction engine. I don't even think that's a roller, guys. We got all the washing out. Put your washing out. He had some really major bangs. I better go and check what's going on. So here's a cool one, guys. Let's check this out. I like the fact it's on these mushroom things, which I forgot the name of, but they're famous for keeping off the ground. I think so rats can't get up there. They keep the corn in there. I think that's what they're for. A strange build. It looks like brick stacked with no mortar, then mortar, then timbers. I'm showing cobwebs. Oh, there you go. It's bang on. Absolutely bang on. Henry Jackson and Reg, Entic Knapp, erecting the granary after its removal from Farnham. So this was grain storage or processing. It's dark. I don't know what you're going to get in here. Some really cool stuff in here. Look, it says up there, seed lips. I never met her myself, but I was told she was a lovely girl. Dry measure. That's what I had in the pub. Sieves, different sieves. Sack hooks there. Look at the size of the scale things here, or whatever they are. Who knows what they are? Does anybody know? That's, I think, a grinding wheel. So you ground your corn in there, I think. Oh, shit. It says dry measure and seed fill. It doesn't say mind your head, Mr. Stupid. Jesus. Good job there's not much inside my head. This thing, look, down there, big long thing. A gleaning rake. Those things, dippers. A shawl. What is a shawl? I recognise these as sieves. Oh no. Can I say this one? A cruck. Whatever a cruck is, does anybody know? Look it up, tell us what it is. Oh yes, a bagging hook. A flail. Is it joined? That's what they used to do, harvesting corn by hand. A fagging hook, there you go. Corn's tied into bundles called sheaves. Left to dry in piles called stooks. Stooks. Corn's loaded onto a wagon using a pitchfork, I know that. There's the flail. In this photograph, the grain is being threshed from the ears of corn using flails. They have a heavy swingle attached to the hand staff, so the guy swings it like a whiplash. And that's it, with a join there, if you guys can see it. This is a thing to do with things, corn. Another thing that you tread on, a weighing machine that says the scales. God, there's so much stuff in there. Oh yeah, duck your head here, but not on that one. That's why, look guys, that's why it's all rounded, because all us stupid people have banged their heads on it. Cool stuff, so pleased I come. Was it came? Some sort of barn thing here. Oh yeah, this is nice. This is very nice. Carts and wagons. My grandfather used to do the lining like this with long brushes many years ago on small hand sack barrows and carts. And the family history is, after the Second World War, the family came from London, I didn't. Mum and grandfather in London, and after the Second World War you could not get hold of stuff, materials, so there's a lot of Del Boy stuff going on, I guess. And he used to do things like this. I'm going to call it a costermonger's barrow, and that's how he earned his money. And then after that he went into lorries. So that's the painting that they do with that. It's quite, and they have a very long brush. The front would go from here to here, and they slap it down and just curve it round, slap it and lay it and curve it round. A lot of that fancy lining on them. I've seen my granddad build several of these, absolutely properly build them, and then paint them. Oh yeah, that's me, a dung cart. Also carried potatoes, turnips. Oh nice dung. And what about potatoes? Strange, a bit earthy today, dear. That's a Wiltshire cart there, that one. Glebe Farm. That one looks proper old school. Really old school, that one. And that's a spare back axle assembly, I suppose, called boat wagons. I can't help thinking of cowboys and Indians when I see this sort of thing. What's a hoop over the top, a horse at the front, and me with a Winchester rifle at the back. Good old piece of silver birch. The size of the wheels on these critters. Oh my god, I see, it's a two-man job just to lift the wheel off. Imagine getting a puncture. Now this one's called a Somerset wagon. 1891. Goodness me. That's straw, not hay. Pick this up, drop it down to load it. I want to stack it up high, really high, tie it over the top. I suppose it doesn't have ties unless you tie to these brackets. Oh, why did I say that there? You've got the tie hooks there. See, tie hooks for tying ropes, so that would have been 2 or 3 times as high as that. They wouldn't want to waste their energy just with that amount in there. This one will probably take in extra on the front. I have this one, people. Nearly 200 years old, that one. And a whole load of stuff in there, which I assume that sort of works in progress. I'm going to say this one is what we used to call, and my grandfather used to call, the costermonger's cart, which is how he earned his living after the Second World War, was making and selling and trading and renting these out. And you have to load that with your produce and then pick it up like this, and it's very, very finely balanced. So that's a piece of history that's linked to me 100% with the transport and warehousing companies. That was used for carrying produce, and from there went to big Arctics, 6-wheelers, Sedans, Dennis's, all the early big commercial lorries. And ended up with me selling furniture and going on YouTube. I think this one just shows of the different builds you could have. It's called a church building with panel infilling materials. So different stones, coarse stone, slate, diagonal brickwork, whole flint and napped flint. So as you can see, there's a real mixture there. I guess I've got the mesh to stop pigeons going up there. Big building. Something to do with sheep. Nah. The acquisition of this lot must have taken absolutely years. I imagine this might be a sheep shearing area. Definitely. Oh, here's the sheep shearing teeth. See the teeth on it? There, so that got wound on the chain and down the cable, and that is for sheep shearing, 100%. And there's that shape again, that sort of bent off shape, for that's pushing sheep and pulling them on, I'm guessing. And then possibly that might be an old motorised one, so this is a manual one, sheep shearing. That must be, you know, an engine running one with a belt, because there's 2 belts there. There's one centre belt coming off the flywheel shaft there, centre shaft, going up 2 separate smaller drive wheels, and that in turn runs the belt. So one belt is running 2 machines. This is going upgrading again to an electric machine, I'm guessing. Lathe machine there. So it's a nice cool area which you can just sit in here. So much stuff on old signs. That's William Gibbs, son of Herbert John Gibbs. I recognise the uniform because one of my grandfathers was in the First World War at Ypres, and the reason I'm here is because he was lucky enough to survive. He was in the Royal Horse Artillery, dragging cannons around and up to his proverbial neck in the muck and bullets, and told me many stories of it. How he was even sold water by the locals, sold water, and he's in their country fighting for them. There's a huge variety of different sort of perambulators, if you like. Like this one, look at this one. That is so old, it's ridiculous. It looks like the old pram of the 1950s that I was brought up in, and actually made a soapbox out of it. Anybody knows what a soapbox is? Answer in the comments page. It's what we made in the 50s for driving around in as kids. Here, look at this one. It's a goat cart from the 1920s. Nah, don't believe that. But that's what it is. A goat can tow you around. Here's a nice different one here, obviously for work. Very, very thin wheels on some of these, I guess for accessibility, and a dummy frontage of a shop there from the olden times, the good olden times when there was no grief and aggravation like there is now. Butcher's bike there from Farnham, Lowerbourne Farnham. Very heavy those butcher's bikes are because they've got the metal frame on the front in case anybody doesn't know, and a man who's frozen in time there. I guess he's an ironmonger? I don't know, can somebody tell me? Doesn't seem to be moving much, but it's just great to see all this old stuff, including the flat irons and Pivco. Who remembers Pivco from years ago? I do, unfortunately. There's not in any way, shape or form linked to the hop, is it?
Oh yeah, it's got a hop in it.
It's got a little bit of hop in it.
First is the engine, you see. Well, that's
How much does that take, you know, gallons?
oh, but 180.
180 gallons?
Not you want empty, yeah. Just keep it up that way.
And that lasts you a full day, or?
Depends what you're doing. You don't hear it well, yeah, easy. Don't do that a day. But if you're on the road, you'll do it before. Well, we've done 12 miles coming here, and we used about 3/4 of it.
Oh really? So where do you come from? Where do you hail from?
We're down near Ollecombe there, too. Then Ollecombe in down Hampshire, Sussex.
So
done 12 miles, and we used about 3/4 of it.
how many miles does that
About
be?
12.5 miles. Yeah. I emptied it once doing 7 miles.
Really?
I had a big trailer up
Is
behind.
that because you're
me.
going fast? Oh, it depends what it's pulling, I suppose.
Yeah, I had a big timber trailer on, just over 5 ton of timber on it, plus the trailer pulling about 7-8 ton.
Oh really?
And it's uphill all the way. I used a tank for just over 7 miles.
The thing is with these, even if you went uphill, there's no drop off in the speed, is there?
Oh, well, if you're too much, I go say, unless he gets too overloaded, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, I noticed the way that the unit was pulling that lorry round is just no problem at all.
Well, I did put the brakes on once or twice, stop him. But he done very
He was
well.
going quite quick, yeah.
Yeah.
But he had no problem with the power, did it?
No,
That's
you're
the thing.
right, yeah. It varies what pressure's on it all, you know. If you've got high, low pressure, then not.
And
Right.
how long would these last? Not long on the road?
They only put on there temporary. I had better
Is that for road work then?
I had some others on, they chewed all ripped bolts out, and they were put on temporary, and I got better ones on for them, proper track grips, and they were put on one day, want to go somewhere, and I went in the tyre place, they give this end, they're knackered really, but if he's on without irons, he's terrible on the road, terrible,
really?
Yeah.
Noisy as well for you guys, isn't it?
And slipping on manholes and
Oh,
all.
you were skidding that, yes, of course,
That
yeah.
do stop it a bit, like, you know.
Are they expensive to, I would imagine?
Well, they was giving me for the tyre man.
Yeah.
Oh, tractor tyres wore out.
Oh, is that what they are? It's a tractor
That's how
tyre.
they don't fit very well. I never had time to fit them properly. It's in our it was one day. But,
You just cut them up with some sort of saw or something, a special saw, like
chainsaw.
Just a chainsaw. You chainsaw.
Because if you cap the right place where the wires aren't,
Yeah, you don't want, you want the wires, don't you?
The wires in these bits on, so you just run a chainsaw in there.
Oh, I see.
Sharpen them up well. You sharpen them a bit deep, and you take the gauges down, so you're digging a bit deeper.
Yeah.
No good for wood then, and deeper than you do wood, and you cut them off, yeah.
So the wires in the sidewalls, is
Yeah.
it? So the top, the front
No
part.
wires in there.
No wires, so you're okay.
The wires are only around the rim. That's all the wires are. Well, I got track grips on for them. They look like strakes. They come off these here quad track tractors. And they look like strakes. They're better. And there's wires in there. And they won't pull out, you know, they'll last forever.
Now you sound Cornish Devon, you don't sound Hampshire. You sound more Devon than Cornish.
You're right on.
Is that where you come from?
From Cornwall.
You Cornwall, I thought so. You was doing the old Right Way Love type of accent.
Yeah,
I thought that doesn't seem Hampshire to me.
No, we're down west.
Yeah.
Only I kept my engine. I bought this engine. I took it home.
Yeah.
And the Bicknells had it back for 4 years, or theirs off the road.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it home this autumn, then Cornwall again. So I come here, I'll never come here otherwise. So I seen advertising Michael here, so I'll come here for the weekend while it's up here.
Yeah, I'm amazed how much stuff they got here.
I've never been up here before, you know.
There's so much stuff in all these sheds, it's just ridiculous amount of
and
stuff.
it doesn't, see up here, stuff don't go rusty.
Oh, you got the salt down there, haven't you?
You was down our way, that's outside stuff, wouldn't be there a year, it'd be knackered. Terrible.
Right, yeah,
Restoration, you oil up everything home.
Yeah.
When it's up here in their shed, it don't go bloody rusty.
That's interesting.
Cars rust out our way, terrible.
Really?
Yeah, we're only about 3 miles from the sea, see?
Whereabouts you from?
St Agnes in Cornwall.
Oh, right.
St Agnes.
Penzance, where was that?
St Agnes now.
Where-
Anyway, Pete, don't speak to Penzance people, they're foreigners. Live in Cameron, people.
Where's that near? Sorry. I'm trying to place it.
St Agnes.
I know sort of Luke, Polperro, maybe.
No, on the other coast,
On North Coast.
yeah.
I was on the North Coast.
Perranport.
Oh, I know where it is, yeah.
Or the
On
Perranport.
the side of Newquay,
Yeah,
and
down
then it
from
goes all
Newquay.
up the slope, doesn't
Down
it?
from Newquay. We don't
Yeah.
go to Newquay, a horrible place. Down from,
For the people, isn't it?
down from Newquay. And then you go to Perranport. Then there's St Agnes, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the water?
I do need some water.
What's the water?
You're all topping up.
There's a thing
That's
that's
50
sucked
years
out.
of it. It might be.
Well, this is supposed to open out that tap then, Paul, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only rough.
It all makes sense.
It's rough, yeah, it's
It looks
rough
like a
done.
chainsaw.
In
Yeah.
a hurry, we never couldn't tie it off, we never did. You got proper ones on one day, track grips. But they're better on the road, and you look horrible, but you didn't very good on the road without them. I did one season with it, and it was horrible. You only do 2 more. You couldn't see the steering wheel was regular. I had too much when I left all the water coming out.
Here's a section on World War II and all different equipment. Look at the gas mask there, you can see that. I mean, what a horror story. I had my first fishing tackle bag was actually an Second World War gas mask bag carrier, one of those canvas ones. And look, now what's the difference between a respirator and a gas mask? Because that's what it looks like there, and you can zoom in on that if you want to see what they are. Bells here, I reckon the bells are for ringing because the gas is coming, as it were. So loads of equipment here, different stuff. It's amazing. Now, if this stuff wasn't saved and just dumped, then we would never know how people survived and invented things and made things work from yesteryear. I find it amazing myself. Hopefully you guys do too. Come on then, come on, come on. He still hasn't settled, even after that filming. Listen people, hopefully you enjoyed that. Don't tempt me. I can't hit it because it's all my business papers and they go everywhere. I hope you enjoyed that little one. It's just nice because I don't see anybody else with fishing shows putting this old stuff out there. And if they don't put it out there, how are the younger generation going to learn some of the phenomenal engineering in machinery and steel and buildings and brick and whatever? I find it absolutely fascinating, all this old stuff. But what a good job. There's places like, you know, museums and stuff you can go and check it out and just see how things are. So there's going to be more to come. Let us know in the comments page. If you enjoyed it, just helps them sort of do anything, just gives me more confidence. I'm going to be doing it anyway. And if you don't enjoy it, I'm going to get a smack. Guys, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching this one. I appreciate all those who support us. And fishing as usual on the Friday and midweek if I can get these up, I will do if you guys like them. There's some weird stuff coming, trust me, some weird stuff. See you next time.